want to talk about live service games, free-to-play games, and the state of some of the biggest games right now on every platform. It doesn't really matter. Let's get into it. This is a little different, trying something new, but let's jump into. This looks just like game news. I know. Don't let that scare you. But this year we have gotten a few bad news situations. Let's jump back to this before I get into. Let's not look at graphics yet and things. We got a lot of bad news with some of the games that we like and some of the most popular games, and then it got me thinking with just the latest Epic shenanigans with the layoffs and increasing VBucks, and then the reason for the layoffs at Epic Games sounds like they are betting, or were betting a lot on their live service situation and having Fortnite just carry them forward for the foreseeable future, which makes sense. I mean, it's very popular, and it has maintained popularity over the last 6 years. It did dip. It's come back up, dips again. You know, you can go watch like the Twitch viewership and everything and see the ups and downs on it. But what I want to focus on in this video is kind of the state across the board, at least with some of the most popular or more relevant live service games. I could be missing some things, but what I mean by live service, let's simplify that really quick right away. Is the game free to play? Does it have a battle pass? Does it expect you to put a ton of hours in to unlock any cosmetics? All right, I think that's going to be pretty simple. So that could be anything. Off the top of my head, we've got Fortnite, Overwatch 2, Halo Infinite, just the multiplayer side anyway. Apex Legends, we've got Rocket League, Fall Guys, Pokemon Unite. I'm probably missing quite a few. There's so many. Warzone, one of the biggest ones. I don't even have a thing for Warzone in this discussion here, but that is a huge game, free to play. Lots of dev time and lots of work goes in to make that game playable, but then a lot of work goes in to make a battle pass that is compelling and a shop that makes you want to spend your actual dollars there, you know. And whatever you feel about those, if you love them, hate them, they are here. They are very popular. Their developers and publishers see these as cash cows, and they want to get in on it. Every game now seems like they have some kind of season or battle pass, especially if it has a multiplayer component. They want you to come back and play their game every single day. Now, I was in on this. I streamed a lot of Apex. I streamed a lot of Overwatch for a while. I streamed a ton of Apex Legends, right? When we first started streaming, like really, really focusing in on streaming, it was almost all Apex Legends streams. And you can see how far that got us. You know, the Twitch subs are not great. And not even from like a popularity perspective. Apex Legends is a huge game. It's still really big for Respawn, and that's just because the game makes some amount of money. Otherwise, the game would have died a long time ago. And that brings me to like this first post here that I want to bring up from earlier in the year, which is where Respawn announces that they are shutting down Apex Legends Mobile. Now, mobile was supposed to be a big deal. We saw this back in, what was the date on this? January 31st of this year. We've made the painful decision to sunset Apex Legends Mobile. Decision does not come with ease. Factors beyond our control prevented us from maintaining the high quality experience and content that our players deserve. As a result, the game will sunset May 1st, 2023, 4 p.m., after which it will no longer be playable. Gratitude to players, teams, yada, yada, yada. Whatever. Okay, it's a nice sentiment. At the end of the day, they canceled the game. And you know, you can go look this up. There are some other factors that were out of their control. I believe, if I read right, there was a competing company in a different region that stole or copied a bunch of their assets. They worked on a localized, I think it was a Chinese localized version of Apex Legends Mobile, cloned all of the assets, and then released a copycat game in the Chinese market. Now, if you can't be in that market as yourself, You know, there's issues there. But I think at the end of the day, they had to cut production on this game because it wasn't bringing in the money they had hoped it would bring. So it was a bummer because there's a lot of things coming with Apex Legends Mobile that were supposed to tie into Apex Legends. But the reality is, you know, if there's no money there, they're not going to keep working on this. So then you now have the state of Apex Legends as it is right now, which I kind of been off and on playing it, and then I kind of set it down, I think, for good. And I'm getting to the crux of this argument here, but the time I needed to get through a battle pass or get through a ranked season without being in like the bottom of bronze every single match or every single time, I just didn't have the time to commit to it. I mean, I'm an adult with a job and hobbies and family and things that, you know, I love playing video games, but there's a lot of video games to be playing. And so all of these games that keep doing these battle passes are actually pushing people like me away. And then single player games, you know, I'm kind of coming back to. Like on this channel, we've played a ton of Pokemon, a ton of, we've been playing Kirby and the Forgotten Land. And they're all just fun games to stream because you can just play them and there's no pressure to like hurry up. Even with other games coming out. I mean, Kirby and the Forgotten Land is old by internet standards, right? Like it's been out a while. It's fresh to me and it's a blast. Like I've been having fun playing it. And so what we're seeing now is, I think, a lot of players, video gamers, people like me and maybe you watching, that just don't have the time to buy you don't want to buy a battle pass. You don't want to buy a skin in Fortnite because you don't have the time to commit to using it or completing it or getting the most out of it. So that's why I think you're seeing things like layoffs at Epic Games. There's just not enough people playing Fortnite right now. Overwatch 2. I was so hyped when it came out. I was like, oh, it's going to look good. It's going to bring more people in because it's free to play. And then what we quickly found out, and I wasn't the only one feeling this way, was that the progression system just quit feeling as rewarding as Overwatch 1 did after I paid $60 to play Overwatch 1. Now Overwatch 2 comes out, and I have to upgrade. I don't get a choice in this. I have to move to Overwatch 2, and it's not as satisfying to play. It wasn't as fun to sit there and play matches with friends, and then you maybe went up a Battle Pass level. You had to focus on specific game modes to get through the Battle Pass challenges. That may be different now. I haven't touched the game in some months. I don't know that I can enjoy the game the same way with the way the progression and everything is working in it right now. And so, you know, that's another example. And then, you know, I think about, you know, the other side of things. So Epic cuts jobs, right? They increase the price of VBucks because the current state of the economy is not favorable and not conducive to entertainment development being as profitable as it can be. People are having to work more. People are looking for other ways to make money, and you know, people just aren't gonna sit there and play a free-to-play game hours on end if their lights aren't on. Obviously, you know, they can't. And so you're seeing cuts here and there. We saw one with Halo Infinite earlier in the year where with Season 4 launched of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, they said, hey, there's no cutscenes this season. And they made a decision there. Now, I'm not saying money was the only reason they cut those cutscenes out, because they were really good, very well done, very well received. So it wasn't like nobody liked them. There was a decision made to either save time or money, and it could have been a little of both. But just the way things are set up now, the payoff from buying that animation, buying those cutscenes being produced, probably wasn't as good, because maybe not as many people bought the last season Battle Pass, or maybe people aren't spending enough in the stores. And I think the root cause of all of that is just burnout from all of these games demanding my time. Rocket League, I don't even touch anymore. I feel like, and it could be a FOMO thing, but I'm just having to like shut that down mentally, where if I don't play the Battle Pass, what's the point in playing? Like, I'm having a hard time enjoying some games that way. I think that's one of the reasons I quit enjoying Overwatch. new skins and events and things were always fun, and they stopped being fun because they were locked behind even more grinding. And I don't want to grind just to be let down. You know, I don't want to put in the time and effort in something I'm supposed to enjoy just to be given a piece of a carrot on a stick, you know, and just like have to be led to keep playing more and more and more and more. And that's why I think a lot of people have turned back to single player games. I have no data to back this up. It's purely speculation, but it kind of makes sense from the perspective of our time is increasingly limited as people get older, as things happen, you know, as jobs change, whatever it is, pick a reason. You're probably playing less video games than you want to be, and your backlog just keeps growing because you just keep buying games. And the time you do get to play, if you are playing multiplayer games, you're playing something free to play more than likely. And you're grinding a battle pass, or you're just playing with friends for fun because that's what your friends are doing, but you're not getting through that backlog or anything else. And it's fine, you know, playing with friends is fantastic, but like, if that's all you're doing, what's the backlog doing? Like, why are you playing? Why do you even have the backlog? You know? And the reality is we just want to buy games and play them. But as we as like a collective, the gaming space is just hit with so many things that's like, if you don't do this in the 1 or 2 months we give you, it's gone forever. Good luck, kid. You know, it starts to wear on you. And I feel like that's one of the reasons, even with me enjoying like Pokemon Unite and Fortnite quite a bit, I don't really engage with a whole lot of other service games because there's too many, and I want to be able to enjoy games. So let me know what you guys think. I probably rambled on this way longer than I intended to, but let me know in the comments if you made it this far. What do you think about the state of gaming as it is? And do you think there are too many battle passes? The answer is probably yes. I can't be alone in that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Again, this is some experimental type of content, stuff I've been wanting to discuss on the channel and wanting to get feedback for. And you guys let me know what you think. Hopefully you subscribe as we move ever closer to the 1K subscriber mark. And yeah, have a good one. See you on the next video.